All right, welcome back to another video. How are we looking in the background here? I hope decent. I've spent more time than I would have liked rearranging and reorganizing kind of everything here in the studio space. Mainly because, you know, gear is just accumulating, stuff that I need for work, stuff that I need for projects, stuff like that, things that I pick up, things that I'm sent, all that good fun stuff is accumulating, a word, something like that. It's accumulating pretty quick. Plus it's just, I had everything kind of put up before because I wanted as much open space as possible. But the more I get into this kind of this groove, so to speak, the more I need all my stuff out so I can just grab something real quick and head off to the next project or the next shoot or whatever it is. So everything's kind of moving out of kind of this closet here, where my opposite, kind of this closet space behind me, stuff that I absolutely just don't use or kind of want to keep out of this kind of open area is in there now. So, you know, the shelf behind me that used to be in the closet is now out. And I have some more gear up here that, you know, that I have. So basically everything, I'm trying to get everything out a little bit more in the open that I use immediately, or at least stuff that I use on a weekly/daily basis out in the open so I can see it, get to it, not have to think about, oh, I need to go and move things around to grab. One of the big culprits in this kind of shift was kind of my tripods and my backdrop and all that stuff that I use for portrait shoots. For the most part, it was just kind of sitting at the bottom of this closet area here, and I would have to dig out all my tripods and get all the stuff out that I needed for the backdrops. You know, doing that a couple times a week, or like 2 or 3 times a week on a like busy week, shoot week, it was getting pretty cumbersome. Plus, I know my tripods are getting banged up and I didn't really want to continue to bang up all my tripods and stuff. Granted, they're not like pristine and brand new, but you know, they still need to last more than a couple of weeks. So all that kind of culminated into me just pulling everything out and saying, you know what, that's it. I need to reorganize, I need to restructure. We need to kind of, the dream of having the open studio space that's a little bit more modular is kind of, I don't want to say fading, but it has faded. And now I'm more, the priority for me is more just having my gear out so I can see it and so I can get to it extremely quick. Because there's times where I'll have a shoot 10 in the morning, a couple hours, and I don't have to come back and just dump everything on the table, get different gear, and then go to a different shoot because it's a completely different thing. And sometimes I use a specific camera for a specific shoot. I don't always use just one camera for one shoot. Could, but I have gear, so I want to use a specific gear for that specific scenario. Granted, that always changes, so in a couple months from now, I might be saying something different, so, you know. But yeah, I think we're pretty much there for the most part. I do need to work on production lighting, and I don't mean like video production lighting, but I mean like lights on the ceiling to make this a little bit more brighter, because right now, these colorful lights are great. I love these for backdrops. They help me focus when they're cycling through colors, stuff like that. But as far as like production work goes, when I have to like scan film or when I'm doing decals or when I'm doing photo prints or anything like that, it's a little bit dim. I can still see, but I need a bit more light. So we're gonna work on that. Probably get some LEDs for the ceiling or something, maybe some brighter lights, or I don't know, but that's kind of the last missing piece so far. Everything else is relatively organized. I'm still going to the wrong spots to get things. So this stuff used to be on this side. So I'm still going to this side to get stuff that's on this side. Yeah, you know what I mean? Anyway, so that's where we're at right now. I kind of have a day off today, so I need to go pick up some film. It's a little bit later in the afternoon, so I don't really want to deal with traffic, so I better hurry up and get over there before it just gets too late, because I hate driving in traffic. Yeah, so this was fun, all these colors and such, but now let's get everything back to normal work mode, I guess. Just non-colorful mode. And let's go do some things. Someone else says that. It's not my thing, so let's go do things or whatever. Okay, I didn't really do as much recording as I thought I was gonna do. It's that time of the day where you go anywhere, you're hitting a school zone, so I really just tried to get there and back as fast as I could. But with that said, I did take my gear, because I anticipated, maybe stopping a place or two, but I didn't, but that's okay. I more or less wanted to test this out anyway, as far as like carrying it around and whatnot. Because I'm trying to get as compact and as minimal as I can as far as like, these kind of videos go. And yeah, so far so good. I really wasn't bothered by carrying this bag. The thing that made the most difference is I got this new tiny carbon tripod. Right here, let me show you. Yeah, so I have to extend the legs so it sits in that pocket a little bit better, but it actually fits inside most of my bags once it's all kind of done up. Now this is to replace my other tripod. Here, this is the stand-in, which is kind of a good stand-in, but my other GorillaPod that I have, the bigger, heavier one, it's bigger and it's heavier, hence carbon. This one's actually comparable to this. Because out of everything, I hated taking that GorillaPod with this bag because it made the most, or it was the heaviest thing out of everything I would carry. So, pretty awesome, I think. Haven't really used it. It's like the first day I'm really kind of using it, but we'll find out. So, a few batteries, M6 with the 15 to, what is it, 35? 15 to 45. I do like this because it's just wide enough. It's not as wide as like a 10 or 11 mil, but it's plastic, it's cheap, so if I kind of scuff it up or anything like that, I won't be too upset about it. And it just overall makes this a lot smaller than, trying to put like a 10 mil on there with an adapter and all that stuff, which actually ends up not fitting in this bag when they do all that stuff. So this is nice and lightweight, easy to carry. I am wearing it right now, so you're seeing that the wireless go. But yeah, this is the mic I'm carrying. Let me grab the other one real quick. So I might still take this with me on occasion, but for the most part, I'm gonna bring this with me. I know there's gonna be a super rare occasion where I need to like ask someone something like in a video or something like that, but I can just unclip this and like, hand it off if I need to. And that's rare, like that's only happened like once or twice in like the hundreds of videos I've done. That's not really the style I do when I'm taking this gear out. So I'm not too concerned. I'm more concerned about being able to take a nicer camera that's, not a GoPro and not my phone, because I know gear's not important as far as like making these videos and stuff, but I have it, so I want to be able to use it. And I honestly just don't like the way my phone looks and the way GoPro looks that often. I need to get out of that habit because, I started with this and that was fine for me at the time, but now, yeah, I gotta switch my mentality a little bit just because I have like some nice gear doesn't mean I need to use it all the time. And it blocks me a lot from making things, and I do need to break that habit. Anyway, so that's kind of the other part of today as far as, things to do on my pseudo day off. I still got some calls to make, got some client work just to kind of take care of. But that, I don't have to go anywhere, so I don't consider, it's kind of weird. Like when I don't have to go out and shoot, I don't necessarily consider that like the heavy duty work. It's having to go out and talk to people and shoot, take all my gear and all that stuff. Physically, that's a lot more work than sitting at a computer and focusing in on doing some sort of creative work. Granted, they're both work, but mentally, one is more taxing on me because I have to talk to people, and I don't really like talking to people, to be honest, but I'm fairly decent at it. It just takes a lot of mental work because normally relatively shy and reserved. I'm not the most outgoing, outspoken kind of person out in public. Here, yeah, I'm in a room by myself talking to a camera, but out and about, just sit in the corner, just leave me alone, My goodness, that 22 f2 lens is just really, really nice, especially for a tiny, not a kit lens, but like just a tiny prime lens. It's good. Oh yeah, got sidetracked. Okay, that's gonna be it for the day, for right now. For this video, yeah, I kind of wanted to keep it simple. Get back into things as best I can, because, this year's kind of sucked. But we're gonna keep going, because that's what we do. We keep going, keep making things, keep creating. So yeah, I did pick up film, like I said. I'll show you real quick. So there we go. Oh, and that guy. So I will talk about that later, obviously, as well as talk about this guy later. I'm gonna try to pseudo bulk shoot a few videos today, since it's really gonna be one of my only days off that I'm aware of as of this moment. So yeah, this is the Mamiya 6 that I picked up not too long ago. It's very old, and the photos that it takes look like when this camera was from. So yeah, I want to try to do that in a little bit. Plus I need to go, we got a lot of stuff we gotta do, and a lot of content that I want to make that I've been kind of pushing back because of work, making excuses. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, so I will see you shortly. We're gonna talk about film, we're gonna talk about cameras, we're gonna do all sorts of fun stuff, hopefully. Yeah, that's it. Do the things. See you in a little bit. Okay, bye.